Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project, bringing you a grand solar minimum update Thursday, April 4th. Holy macaroni. 2 a.m. Mountain Time, 2019. You were just looking at Mount Agung erupting. Keep calm, it's boom time. We don't have time for that. We have time for you. That's why we're here. April snow accumulates in Charlotte, North Carolina for only the second time in 110 years. And you're looking at water gushing down this spillway at Oroville. It's boom time. Feather River below. Heads up, Oroville. The water pressure is coming for you. We're going to get to that if you're following us. Rare snow covers parts of North Carolina. Take a look at here. Definitely dab-worthy. We're going to get to that. We're keeping it real. A rare weather phenomenon unfolded over a small area of North Carolina and South Carolina on Tuesday, making the second day of April feel more like the second day of January. Snow fell along the western edge of a strengthening, powerful spring storm that tracked up the East Coast on Tuesday into Wednesday. This was not a major snowstorm, but it was very unusual for the region for this time of year. And the storm system that brought the rare snowfall became a bomb cyclone. No one had predicted this. No one could have seen it coming. No one at all. Except you, because you watch our channel. Storm to spread rain, ice, and snow into the eastern U.S. to end the week. Oh! A storm poised to bring localized flooding into the Central Plains and severe thunderstorms further south at midweek will spread a swath of rain with some ice and snow into the northeast United States. Yes, by Friday, April 5th. The storm is forecast to lose some strength as it pushes quickly eastward with its mind. A major severe thunderstorm outbreak seems unlikely in the southeast, but here's your forecast. Snow up north, icy mix. Yeah, right in the mitt. Heads up, Michigan, Wisconsin, northern PA, southern New York, Finger Lakes region. The sun will warm paved surfaces during the day. It's April! Yeah, we know how high the sun is. We get that high daily because it's spring. Storm to spread rain and ice. Sierra snow keeps piling up, bringing joy and a flurry of worry. I didn't say it, they did. A flurry of worry in each of these single snowstorm events, piling up one upon another and 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 another. And there's a few more to come. The storms just keep coming in the snowbound Sierra Nevada, piling the mountain range with towering drifts in all directions, providing a bounty that is expected to fill reservoirs through the summer and hopefully stave off drought for years to come, state weather officials say. State water officials. Here's the snow water content for April 2nd. Now, we promised you. Now, let's open this image, which is not a schmimage. It's facts. Right in your face. Snow water content for April 2nd, 233% and above normal for Scott Mountain, 194% in Kettle Rock, 180 at Echo Summit. Whoa! Big numbers, 147% in Tuolumne, Lower Kibbe Ridge, still picking up 12% above 100, 38% above 100 at Upper Burnt Coral, Upper Burnt. Now, what does all this mean? It's a bunch of names and a bunch of schnames. But at 165% above average on April 2nd, this makes it the 7th water equivalent high ever recorded in the Sierras. Do you know what that means? It means a big flooding spring. And depending on how we pick it up as it comes down, it could come downtown quick. Oroville's open. Low capacity, but that could rise, as well as the meltwater. We'll keep an eye on it. We're not making any predictions, but what we're telling you is that this is the 7th most water equivalent ever recorded, ever in history, in the Sierras. Long-term flooding remains a concern in central U.S. as rivers continue to rise. Flood walls erected in advance of spring flooding don't mean much. While some rivers have crested, other parts continue to rise and may not crest until the middle part of late April in central U.S. Snow from the winter has melted across much of the plains. However, other storms could inundate the region with catastrophic flooding conditions to add insult to injury. There is still 1 to 2 feet of snow on the ground over parts of the northern plains and northern tier. More snow is predicted. We'll get to that. 1 to 2 feet mid-April. With this snow, there is as much as 6 inches of water locked up. And that's not all. More snow is coming. Rivers such as the Red River in the north and portions of the James and Mississippi have not yet crested. I hope you're vested, as well as your children. Flotation devices I'm talking about. Over the next 1 to 4 weeks, there could be some tweaks. We're going to get to the models in just 5 more tabs. Do a dab. Thunderstorm dumps 4 inches on Chico. Ho! Flooding classes, kissing your schmasses and businesses. Chico, a thunderstorm Tuesday pounded Chico and the surrounding area, dropping more than 4 inches of rain, flooding classrooms and prompting a tornado warning. A bad thunderstorm in the tropics is how Chico meteorologist Will Farr described the storm that dropped hail the size of quarters and lit the rumbling skies with lightning. Farr said 4.07 inches that fell overnight was a daily record since the 1880s. I love that. Remember that? Parachute pants and spandex? Cosmic rays continue to increase as your stratospheric radiation burns your plants and floods your yards. Heats up the volcanoes as well. Farm losses drive Iowa's flood damage to $2 billion. Farm Bureau economists estimate. That is $1 billion above $1 billion, or twice as much as $1 billion. Do you know how much more than 500 million that is? 4 times. And if we're talking 250 million, holy macaroni! You don't even know what 250 million looks like, but we're talking 8 times that in damage alone, according to Farm Bureau economists. Whew. Thank God I learned math. The hit to Iowa's economy was much smaller than Diamond's dab, but from flooding alone, it will reach $2 billion, which is not a schmillion. As farmers struggle with damaged grains, massive cleanup, dead calves, impassable roads, bridges, and assholes that think the world is burning up, while their livestock dies. I don't even know what happened. Did we do that? Ow! Are you fiddling with shit? Shut up and get in your hole. Impact that ball. Do it now. The Iowa Farm Bureau Federation says the losses to farmers along the flooded Missouri River and potentially the Mississippi this spring will ripple throughout the economy. No one else is saying that. Driving the state's projected $1.6 billion in damages to $2 billion today, or higher. Whew. Pack, dab. When we look at the crop losses, the lost economic activity, it quickly climbs to $2 billion, said Sam Funk, who took a dunk in the river. Funk estimates the Iowa farmers will struggle to plant as much as 145,000 flooded acres along the Missouri River in 2011. About 127 acres were flooded. Can you imagine that? I don't even know what I'm saying. The flood isn't just bigger. The effects will last longer, he said. And everyone held hands. And they're all fat as shit. Keep eating them cheesesteaks, bitches. 3 Midwest states demand more power over river after the floods. You know what this is? Take it back. Take back your rights. The Army Corps of Engineers designed a series of levees to flood your ass, not protect it. They need to be bigger, more resilient, and states want to take back their rights. Do it! Do not allow them to ban your guns. Do not allow them to ban magazines. And build your levees higher. It's time to organize. The revolution is among us. Council Bluffs, Iowa. 3 Midwestern Republican governors of states ravaged by recent flooding on Wednesday demanded more authority over management of the Missouri River system. Do you think they'll get it? Ha! And that's tonight's first boom. Doubt it. But if you just move away, you might be all right. Because they're not coming to save your ass and they're not giving you any rights. Trust me, hurricane season 2019, major forecasters warn that hurricanes will hit the Atlantic, big ones. Well, these are, no major hurricanes hit last year that we are aware of. Odds are increasing. So look where they put the highest odds of major hurricanes. Nowhere near land except the Delmarva. And here, Outer Banks. That's it. In Louisiana, you're bullseye. But they don't, these are models. It's all math. All they know is that no major hurricane killed millions of people. But minor hurricanes certainly blocked up Florida for quite a bit. Holy sh... So please, proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. If you live in the orange zone down south, please do not bitch about your losses. That's on you. You are at moderate level for track density to totally smack your ass. So if you live on all of the eastern coast of Florida, all the way from North Carolina south, you're fluxed. And do not bitch to anyone. You've been told, you've been warned. Either get out of Dodge or prepare accordingly. If your house is made of feathers and you live in a trailer, you're fluxed. In order to better understand how this year's hurricanes will behave, no one knows. But they're increasing in intensity. So when we have a Cat 5, it's like, holy macaroni. Everyone's dead. And if you live in these zones, you're dead. Period. No, end of discussion. You don't have to worry about the grand solar minimum or the magnetic reversal. Just weather. This is going to take your ass to town. Let's skip it. GFS model, let's run it through. Yeah, you're looking at serious snow in Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin. Watch it. Let's just go through the next 48 hours of powers to bring you into reality. The entire Northeast will be covered, all of New England, in snow. This thing is following me because for some reason we didn't do that. So we're talking central Pennsylvania, North Jersey, all of New York State, Connecticut, Massachusetts, eastern side, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. It's insane. Heavy snow in Vermont, New Hampshire over the next 48 hours. Ski resorts will be reeling next weekend. Boom! And then look at this event coming in right here. Look at it in New England. Holy schmingland. Starting on April 8th, that's your fate through the 10th. 1 to 2 feet of snow in many regions. Yeah, New Hampshire, you're the winner. Dead center. North center. And then we have another system right behind it. Watch this. April 10th through the 13th, bringing 1.5 feet of snow to Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, northern Michigan. Thousands of square miles through Canada. And then crushing the northern tip of Maine. It's insane. Heavy snow throughout the entire West. 1 to 2 feet of snow predicted in western Wyoming, western Montana, northern Idaho, central Idaho, the Bitterroots, Oregon. The Cascades picking up 1 foot or more in the higher elevations, and heavy snow moving down the Sierras all the way down towards the southern tip. Heads up, Big Bear. Even in Mexico. And British Columbia is going to be tilting. And we're not even at the end of the model. Look at that. Boom! Holy sh... Is it April into May? That's May. That's almost May? Oh my God. Ow! Get in your hole. Oh, you're already in it. I already knew that. It's just a heads up. That's all I can say. 16 in. And I'm ripping my face off. Holy! Weather Ready Nation map, a new system. Storm system moves into the Mississippi and Ohio valleys, reaches the east on Friday, which will be your die day. The storm system over the plains proceeds into the Mississippi and Ohio valleys. Before reaching the east on Friday, expect widespread showers and thunderstorms with a slight risk of severe storms and other storms, which will be the norms. I don't even know. And we're now being switched out of maps. A relevant wet pattern will begin for Northern California, the Pac Northwest through the upcoming weekend, which will bury you and flood you at the same time. Potent storm to unleash thunderstorms, flooding, and mountain snow onto Italy into Thursday. Stranded cow airlifted to safety. Let's take a look. Do it now. Do it now. Holy cow! We're going to roll right into the Oroville Spillway, which is your dab day. Do it now. Yeah, that's the Feather River. And we're feathering into the river. Let's do it. A multi-day severe weather event will take place across Italy into Thursday, unleashing a variety of risks throughout the country. Impactful weather ranging from severe thunderstorms to heavy snow in the Alps, which will definitely cause insult to injury, heavy avalanche, and deaths. We'll report on it. This type of storm setup is more common during the winter. But as we enter the grand solar minimum, everyone can shut the front door. You are here. If you have any questions, please email me. My email is everywhere. This type of storm setup is more common during the winter. All of the country will be impacted by this storm. From Palmiro to Naples to Rome to Florence up through Milan. It will not be fun. Central Italy will be the greatest risk for severe thunderstorms. Locations from Bologna. With a little bit of American cheese and maybe mayo. Delicious. And Florence to Rome and Naples may be impacted by showers and severe thunderstorms on Thursday. How about some fried bologna and some fresh eggs from the... Oh my God. Thunderstorms in these areas will bring back the risk for downpours capable of producing flash flooding and killing your friends and family. The strongest of these storms will be capable of producing damaging winds and hail. Holy hail, especially during the afternoon and evening hours. Water spouts will be prevalent because the whole boot is surrounded by water. Hello! Surrounded by water at the boot. Why is it all doing this? Red flag warning in effect till 2 a.m. Let's watch the dam one more time, damn it. It's awesome. Dab time! I hope you did it. White screen is in. Cosmic rays are up. Dab time is worthy. Atmospheric compression, record flooding, 100-year floods now every 10 years, 500-year floods every 50 years. Heads up, take names. If you're in a river valley and you're built by idiots in the last 100 years, get out of Dodge. You are going to experience some of the most intense flooding over the next year and the next solar cycle. Holy macaroni. There's an error. Seismic update. Let's undo the error. Doing it now. Seismic update. Rehash. Boom time! Nothing spectacular. We have a 5.1 in Tiong City, 34 kilometers northwest of in Taiwan. We just had a recent earthquake up here, 3.3 in Kobuk. Could be human caused. Yes. Dyersburg, Tennessee, 2.5. The New Madrid is pumping. Mid-ocean ridge is spreading, but in the islands kicking off just minutes ago. Ho, ho, ho. East African Rift Zone, where spreading is also occurring in Kiluguba, Uganda, 4.5. Holy schlive. Rare earthquake 3.7 up in Sort, Spain. It's insane, but we're going to see more European quakes as we go into the grand solar minimum, as we predicted over 6 or 8 months ago. Say it ain't so. Caribbean earthquake on the alert. We're looking for a 6 magnitude to happen here to create a minor tsunami and wash people away. If you live in the Caribbean, please get high. Well, actually, vertically. You know what I'm saying. Do it now. Tippy touch here, 4.8, and Papua New Guinea at 184. Could be a precursor to a bigger quake in this region. Keep note, seismic alert, 24 hours. We're going to get to space news in a minute. Did you know where you are? I just wanted to reorient you. New CMIP 6 data suggests your fluxed modern eddy minimum is in effect. Down, 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 down. Through the next several generations. We have to look what's happening by 2028. About to make a big prediction. Could be the worst year in human history. It's my prediction. 2028, worst year in human history. Coming soon, 9 years. Tick-tock. Worldwide volcano news update, Fuego. Reventador. We have Popo, Ibu, Tucano, Kerinci, Agung, which went boom. Fuego, Tucano blowing up to 7,000 feet. New activity, Agung going boom, boom, and creating new weather. Sabancaya to 25,000 feet today. Ibu to 13,000 feet. Discrete eruption and new volcanic activity increasing. Popo to 21,000 feet. That's 50 miles. Let's watch some more footage. It's dab time, kids. Are you ready? Dab it up. I don't got time. Hey, I apologize for the mute problem last night. Dab it now. Go! 12 hours ago, folks. Agung goes boom, boom. Do a dab. For all the stranded Agungians. Do it now. Boom to Pandora's cookies. Holy schmuckies. Those were delicious. Holy Volcano YT, come over, subscribe to the channel, give them a thumbs up, tell them to suck it. Doing good work over here, except on their chat, which is not at this video, which is perfect. So give them a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, tell them Diamond sent you, and tell them to relax. It's not all what they think it is. Sunspot 2737 AR 12737 Beta BXO. Earth facing for the next 12 to 24 hours. We have to watch this. There is some magnetic mixing occurring now. It was completely discrete about 6 hours ago, where red negative, blue positive was split. But now we see some blue popping up in the red. We have C flare at 10%, M at 1, X at 1, and we're going to watch this. It's totally not a threat, but it could be threatening. So we'll keep a close eye on this for you as it moves across the Earth-facing area. It's gonna scare you. Our oceans are going nuclear because of climate change. Boom! It's like nuclear explosions of ocean heat. Every second, new research suggests the ocean is warming due to climate change is equivalent to 1 atomic bomb per second. Straight sharticle. Now, we've shared with you actual scientific articles where they show how the oceanic current is now pouring that cold water deep into the depths due to circulation currents. And now the deep ocean is the coldest it's been because of the Maunder minimum and the Dalton minimum now actually reaching the bottom of the ocean. That's how long that circulation current takes. To claim this nonsense is just fluff. It's for show to scare your ass. You want to know about the facts? Shut the f up and listen to them.
That shift from of hate, which is now embodied in the poisons in our food.
You're going to have to do some dabs. It's going to take a while to get through this. 4 minutes of the most important information you'll ever can ingest. Eat up. Go now.
Shift from a killing logic
Dab it
of
up.
hate, which is now embodied in the poisons in our food and our agriculture. That same logic is also destroying the very basis of health.
Now, Shiva and I are good friends. I met her years ago. Vendana is the bomb. And she thinks Monsanto sucks, just like I do. So do a dab and listen to the facts. How the pharmaceutical industry, global governments, and your food supply are killing you.
These same group of companies invented the toxic chemicals that are driving our insects, our butterflies, our bees to extinction. The same companies invented glyphosate that is wiping out the biodiversity of plants and giving us cancer and kidney failure. And these same companies make profits out of the diseases they are spreading because they also sell the cancer drugs. That is why we must break free of the poison cartel for freedom on life on earth, for freedom for all people, for freedom from sickness and disease, and freedom from slavery of a new kind, a slavery of the poison cartel.
These and pricks, I've been fighting them for almost a decade. And it's where I got started. Now, the food you eat is made for sheep. And not only that, the sweeteners that you're sweetening your coffee with, and they don't even have to put on the label that are now in yogurt, were once biological weapons.
It's the tiny group of companies that were mobilized during the war to, on the one hand, domestically in Germany, kill people in concentration camps by creating gases that were designed to kill, like the Xylon B.
Are you picking it up? I hope so. I hope you're dabbing it down, because that's what you're eating. The food you eat.
During the war, there was a company called Monsanto and Bayer. Bayer has just bought up Monsanto, and again, we have a cartel of 3. Bayer has merged with Monsanto. That's Syngenta has merged with ChemChina, and Dow has merged with DuPont.
Holy macaroni! You're eating sheep food. Not only that, it's polluted with pesticides. Oh! And it's giving you cancer slowly.
Precisely at the time we think we are getting richer because 1% became super billionaires and trillionaires, at that time the young people are having to rise and say, we have to take care of our future. Food is created for all. We are connected to food, and yet 1 billion people are starving. Food is supposed to be for nourishment and health, and yet the 75% of the disease epidemic, of chronic diseases, of cancers, of neurological problems, of autism, of obesity, of diabetes, of endocrine disruption, are all related to the same poisons, same chemicals, same pesticides that are pushing the bees to extinction and contributing to climate change. But it's in our hands to heal the earth. It's in our hands to heal our bodies. It's in our hands to heal our broken democracy by taking power away from the poison cartel. And that's why we've launched a campaign for poison-free food and farming. That's in our hands to do by creating communities, by not allowing poverty to be defined as lack of money, but poverty to be defined as lack of potential. Each of us, joining hands with others, can create communities of solidarity, food communities, so that everyone has good food. Every butterfly has good food and isn't killed. Every child has good food.
Hell yeah! Vandana Shiva! Holy macaroni! Man, I got goosebumps. That's all I can say. Now, she's only reiterating what we're already doing on this channel. And tomorrow night at midnight, I'm going to link up with Aloyshav Linov from BioVita and do an interview with him at 8 a.m. over in South Africa at his compound, or wherever he is, southern Russia. I don't know where he's at right now, but it will be amazing. Clean food, sustainable futures, less than $5,000. You can do it yourself. All you need is a piece of land. Stay tuned. NASA research finds dust rings in the inner solar system. Ho, ho, ho. The sun micronovas and there's particles? Dust can be a problem in homes and offices here on Earth, but dust isn't an earthbound phenomenon. Dust also gathers in the solar system. Not only that, if you look at the last 2 million years of ice data, you'll find that in major ice ages, there's major amounts of dust that accumulate on planets, including Earth. There it is, right there, the blue marble. So dust is in your future. Buy the good mask. Bad diets are responsible for more deaths than smoking. So before you tell me to stop smoking my American spirits, please change your diet. Global study finds. It's what we aren't eating that's killing us, not what you are eating. In fact, if you are eating processed food, it's because you have no nutrition that you're dying, that you're sick, that you're diabetic. If you're eating whole food, plant-based, 50%, half raw, half cooked, you'll never get sick. I can prove it to you. I can introduce you to hundreds of thousands of people who have changed their diet, included all micronutrients, and people like me that haven't had health insurance for 15 years, that have no bills from doctors. In many countries, poor diet now causes more deaths than tobacco smoking and high blood pressure. It's not just that people are choosing unhealthy options because they're $1 at the dollar store. It's because they lack healthy foods. Now, I worked 8 years ago in Philly with a number of groups and started my own nonprofit that dealt with the problem of food deserts. We started planting food on vacant lots in the poorest communities in Philadelphia. Food that doesn't take toxins out of the soil and put it into the plant product. You can target this. You can also make raised beds and just cut off the soil. Bring in your own soil and grow your own organic food right there on the spot, which is what we did in most locations. But in many areas in major cities, there is no healthy organic food options. And if there are, it's absolutely unaffordable to the masses, especially to low-income people, which comprise the majority of the population, by the way. But if you take the power back in your own hands and take back your sovereignty, you can grow your own food in these vacant lots, in these cities that are killing you on purpose, you can take back your rights, grow your own health, grow your own food, and prevent your inoculation into the system, the pharmaceutical industry, and on and on. Take back your life. Take back those vacant lots. Do it now. Now, this is coming out today. Actually, yesterday. It's time for the heroic male paleontologist trope to go extinct. And I agree, even though I'm part of the male paleontologist trope. The only difference is I fought for gay rights. And I fought for science rights starting about a year and a half ago on this channel. And I'm not part of that garbage science group that's in academia these days, Riley. Not only that, your article has some good points, but overall it's a sharticle because you don't even address the science and the problems in science. Now, what happened was in the last few days, and we reported on it, that New York Times and other groups picked up on a paper that had not yet even been released, where they're claiming that the KT boundary and blah, blah, blah is proof of the cometary impact. Ha! I'm about to blow your science a new hole. It has nothing to do with the heroic male, blah, blah, blah. Period. There's just not enough females in paleontology, to be honest. But it's just about bad science, because I have the paper, and I looked at it quickly. And I'm a slow read. I suffer from ADHD and ADD and excessive use of PCP. Not really. But I looked at this paper and it's a piece of shart. You know, it's just a graduate student writing a paper. And his mentor is a schmuck. But that's fine. It's just an opinion. But I want to come down here and get to the facts. Real quick, you'll realize that I know what I'm talking about and these people don't. So this paper is about this black zone called the event deposit, which is below the KPG Tonstein layer. Now this Tonstein layer, this buff layer, the tan layer, whatever you want to call it, the white stripe in your face, is the one that contains microspherules, cosmic glass from the sun during the micro outburst, shock quartz called stishovite, and other cosmic markers that can prove that this white layer is the solar outburst of the sun. Now, I know you're not a paleontologist or a stratigrapher, or even a teacher like I was at university on this particular topic. But you're going to absolutely understand what I'm about to point out to you, that this paper does not understand. That the event deposit that is below the KPG Tonstein event, which is the solar outburst or the cosmic catastrophe, it could be your comet if you want it to be, but it's not. Because this is atypical cosmic debris. This is from an event that we have nothing in our toolbox for until recently. Which is a solar outburst of the sun. Which is where we get this green glass that many people wear on their neck in the form of moldavite. We get the microspherules in many layers at the KP boundary here, and even at the 11.5 boundary. More spherules and shocked quartz, which is indicative of impact, quote unquote, or impact of maybe the sun's shell. Same thing. It's a cosmic impact. Now, it clearly happened after the event. And what they're claiming is that this event deposit is a result of this impact above it, which is literally impossible in stratigraphic terms. Because The fact that this is on top of the event means it could have no way have caused it. By definition. The event happened first, and then the cosmic outburst happened later. Which leads me to believe that there was crustal displacement first, and then the solar outburst. The magnetic reversal occurs before the sun goes nova. That's based on this paper. And the conclusions in this paper are completely bunk because they say that this cosmic event caused the event underneath of it, which is literally impossible based on all common sense. And also the theory of superposition and uniformitarianism. The only way this event could have happened is if it happened after the event deposit. So you can't get a global catastrophe prior to the global catastrophe. And that is the problem with this paper. So all of these people, I don't know how they would even have the balls to come up with the conclusion that they have based on the data that they collected. It's so sad where we are. It's like I'm staring in a black hole of idiots with no common sense. I want to rip my face off sometimes. But I've decided to erase all of the vitriol in my repertoire. One by one, all the videos that I ever go insane are being removed. It's onward and upward. If you don't want to learn, that's on you. I can't shove it down your throat any further than I already have. And if you want to fall into the black hole of idiocy, go there. And if you didn't buy Bitcoin when I told you, that's on you. I think I was live on the air and I bought Litecoin for $29. I bought 100 of them at $29 8 weeks ago. $100 of them at 29 bucks. If you can't make it out to LeakCon, I understand. You're prepping. But what we're selling now is access to the entire live event. We're going to have 3 cameras filming simultaneously for 2 straight days. And we're going to upload all the videos to a private cache on YouTube for people that subscribe to the live stream. Not only that, we'll have actual live stream flipping in and out of talks and the event hall during the event. So if you purchase the live stream prior to the event, you're going to actually get in on the event. If you buy it after the event, you're going to get every single talk. Probably over 30 videos. Less than 75 cents a video if you buy the package. And you can get your virtual ticket now. I set up a page here through Kling where there'll be a countdown to the event. We have 43 days, 16 hours, 56 minutes, and 28 seconds till LeakCon. Are you ready? If you can't be there, you can be there. This live stream footage, a lot of it is not even going to be uploaded ever for anyone to see unless you buy a ticket. We're going to have 420 Ransom filming 24 hours a day before and after the event, stuff that happens off air. It's kind of like behind the scenes. Even people at LeakCon that paid $500 VIP will not get access to this. Well, maybe they will. I haven't decided. But If you purchase a ticket now for the live stream, you're going to get exclusive content that no one in the world will see at what's happening at LeCon. But now we have top security. There might be a bomb for all I know. Maybe someone will try to stab me up, shank me. But that's just because I used to be locked up that I think that way. Probably none of that will happen. I was at Disclosure Con and there was just crazy people there that basically just milled around in circles. Rex Bear, Diamond, me, David Dubine. It's costing us over $1,000 to get this prick here. Adapt 2030 will be there. We're flying him in a day early so he can adapt to Colorado. Adrian D'Amico, Suspect Sky. John D'Souza. Laird Scranton, Robert Felix, Doug Vogt, Greg Allison, Christian Westbrook, the Ice Age Farmer. Thor News is making the trailer for the event, and he better hurry the fuck up. Hurry up, Thor! And Lucid. Gorgeous, awesome. Heidi Vandenberg is coming. I didn't put her name in here yet. We have from astrology to FBI informant to worm farmer. Do it now. Get your virtual ticket now. Click here. When I do it, I can't even do it because I made it. And it tells me I can't even do it. Watch. It says you can't do this. You made this, you prick. Gobble them up. Let's talk about some things I may be gobbling in the future. What are magic mushrooms and psilocybin? Psilocybin is a hallucinogenic substance people have ingested for thousands of years. They grow all over the world. There's 7 mind-bending facts you should know about magic mushrooms. Ancient shamans and Santa Claus. To scientists studying mental health. There it is. 200 different species of fungi have the psychedelic known as psilocybin within them. And this is where Santa Claus comes from. Now, Amanita muscaria grows all over under pine trees around 10,000 feet here at the end of the summer. It's everywhere. And that's where elves and North Pole and Santa Claus came from. Amanita muscaria is Santa. And the mushroom cult and Jesus. These are various mushroom stones from 1000 BC to 500 AD, where Christianity arose and the Gnostics, the inner knowledge. Now, psilocybin reorganizes the brain. So if you're older and you've had psychedelic experiences when you were younger, doing it when you're older will allow for a more spiritual awakening. Psilocybin itself binds to receptors in the brain for serotonin in a unique way, which opens up pathways to your senses. It is definitely known to dissolve your ego 100%. And if you're not ready for that, it can cause psychosis. But if you're a psychonaut like I am, it can cause advancement. They can improve mental health, relieve stress from traumatic experiences in your past. With a guide, this can be very successful. There are many papers on the religious use of hallucinogenic fungi. Here is a comparison between Siberian and Mesoamerican cultures from 1992. Feel free to read it if you're interested. Enhanced repertoire of brain dynamical states during the psychedelic experience. It is being found recently that the use of psilocybin can actually reorganize brain function to a higher level. And we're wondering why ancient cultures use these mushrooms. In a video documentary coming up this week, Rex Bear and I will be ingesting some extremely shamanic psilocybin mushrooms live. And if he decides to put it on his channel, there'll be videos on the experience on his channel. And if we decide to upload it on our channel, there will be videos documenting the experience from the beginning to the end. The types and the species of mushroom we're ingesting, where they came from, the purposes of our mission, which is to expand our consciousness. And we'll be actually doing it in an undisclosed location because we don't want anyone to find us. But it will be on native ground where ancient cultures have lived for thousands of years. So we can tap into that vast repertoire of information. And hopefully, rapid changes in our brain dynamics and function connectivity will happen live on air for you to experience with us. There's so much information on homological scaffolds of brain functional networks being rebuilt from these psychedelic mushrooms. Actually rebuilding networks in the brain. It actually increases brain function in some cases by 300 to 30,000%. Could you imagine if your brain was functioning at 30,000% capacity? That's where we're going to go. It's called the hero dose. It's not for the beginner. It's for the psychonaut, the seeker of truth. For me, it's to heal trauma and to get to the next level. I can't speak for Rex, but we're going to share it with you live on air this weekend. There are 10 LeakCon tickets that remain, VIP. Friday at midnight, all ticket sales will be shut off, except for the live stream. We are literally sold out and now expanding the venue. Join us. Proper prior planning prevents piss poor performance. How are you preparing? Be safe. We love you. Thanks to our one-time donors, our Patreons. For all the people I've ever offended, I apologize, but I will continue to offend you in just less offensive ways. Be safe. We love you.